So my name is Kyle Peters. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Japanese Studies, and I focus on modern Japanese philosophy and aesthetics, especially literature, film, and visual culture such as painting. Became inspired to become a professor actually reading a Murakami novel where he mentioned that he would read Immanuel Kant's Critique of Pure Reason by the bedside. And I remember thinking that was so cool. I wanted to read philosophy and understand it, and I picked up Kant and I couldn't understand a word of it. Today I can understand maybe 10% of it. But this really sparked my love for philosophy. After reading Kant, I started reading other types of philosophy, especially Buddhist philosophy, and Japanese Buddhism was particularly impactful for my research. The types of questions that really interest me are questions about the impact of art, literature, cinema, and philosophy on everyday life. In Japan in particular, especially in the early 20th century, the late 19th century, there was this period of Bunmei Kaika, this period of civilization and enlightenment. And the idea was kind of that every great nation had their own distinct art, had their own distinct literature, had their own distinct philosophy. And there was this major desire to create kind of uniquely Japanese literature and philosophy. The extent to which that was successful is another question, but it got me thinking a lot about the role of literature, philosophy, and art in everyday life. The main way that I contribute to my field is through research, largely papers, and I'm currently working on a book manuscript. And in terms of my research, I largely aim to bring philosophy in connection with history, and really to explain and better understand the kind of historical conditions that inform philosophical ideas. What I enjoy most about research is the kind of experience of reading a text from almost 100 years ago and realizing something about that text, making some connection to that text that perhaps no one else has understood in reading that text since. So this is kind of like a really exciting, enlightening moment for any researcher. What I think I enjoy most about teaching is introducing students to new ways of interacting with and seeing the world. In terms of philosophy, this might be new ways of understanding the world. And in terms of art and cultural production, this might be teaching students about new standpoints from which they can kind of come to new understandings of the various cultural products that they consume every day. And so when students come up to me after a class and say they've never read philosophy before and they enjoyed the text, or when they say they never thought they could interpret manga and anime academically in the way that we do in my courses, it's really inspiring and enriching.